How you guys doing? We're in my kitchen. So, one of the goals of my channel, besides showing you guys how to grow your food from seed to harvest, is showing you at harvest various ways that you can process your food into a long-term storage format, be it pickling or fermenting or freezing, dehydrating, powdering, water bath canning, you name it, right? We do it all over here. So, in today's video, right beside me here, I have a whole tub of onions. Now, if you've been watching my channel this summer, you know that my entire onion harvest went to shit. I lost all my onion seedlings. These onions were given to me by a buddy of mine. Chris, if you're watching this, I really appreciate this. So, these are sweet onions. They don't store very well, right? The more sulfur that you have in your onions, the longer they will store. So sweet onions like these, I think these are Spanish, maybe Walla Wallas. They aren't going to store long term, especially in my house, because the warmest room in my whole house, unfortunately, is my basement, which is where I would normally want to store this stuff in a cool temperature, at least to prolong it, right? So that's not going to happen. I can't store these here. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with these, and you might just like the idea enough that you're going to do it yourself. So here's the tote of onions. Now normally, if I was going to store these long term, I would be cutting these tops off, right? I'd be trimming the roots off the bottom, but we're not. This is my entire onion harvest, guys. I started 750 onion seeds or something, and they all died. I got thrips, and it killed them all. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by taking these onions, which are really nice, by the way. I mean, they came out in great size. See? They're all nice. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off by cutting the tops off, cutting the bottoms off, and taking the skins off and getting them down to healthy onions. And then we're going to have to clean up the cutting board, wipe everything down again because there's going to be dirt and stuff on the cutting board. So we're going to do all of the messy work first, then we're going to clean it all up, and then we're going to go from there. So this is the easy part, right? Take the top off. Take the bottom off. You see what I mean? Well, we're going to have to clean it up. There's already dirt there. And then I'm not going to put this onion back down on the cutting board now that I've exposed it as being open. We're just going to put a slice right in the onion. And we're going to peel past all the junk. Take the first layer of onion off, like that. And get it, wow, that's on there real tight. And get it right down to beautiful onion like that. I have a big bowl. We're going to plop them in. And of course, I have my yuck bucket, which I always have. So all we're going to do is repeat that same process for all of them. So here's what we're doing. Find the slice that we put in so we could pull the skin off. Down the center, flip it over, cut it into quarters, line them up. We're just working our way right through like that. So this is what we got. And this is what we got left to do. So For any of you who have watched my channel for a while, you know that I don't really script a lot of my content. I have a concept and I generally just roll with it. So I've already told you what I plan to do with the onions, right? We're going to dehydrate them. We are going to put some into my dehydrated soup blend, which is right here. I'll show you. So we have green beans on the bottom, dehydrated red and green peppers on the top, and we're going to put more onions on the top of that. Now, I realize that, you know, we make a lot of fajitas and stuff in here, and I'm always looking for chopping fresh onion and chopping peppers and doing all that. So instead, what I decided to do is I took this big old Ziploc bag, I filled it half full of onions. When I harvest my peppers this weekend, because today's Thursday, it's like the 26th or something of September 2024, I'm going to bring some peppers home, and I'm going to take some really nice peppers. I'm going to core them, and I'm going to slice them up so they are in strips like this. This will live in my deep freezer, and then before I freeze it too, I'm going to shake the crap out of it. So what I'll end up doing is that way when I want fajitas, open up the bag, grab a big handful, throw it in the pan, boom, done. What do you guys think? One batch of onions, 3 separate ways of processing them. Let's move on to the next step. Ready? Bam, dehydrator trays. So I have 10 of them, and I need to fit this entire bowl. I don't even know, this is like 10 pounds of onions or something. I need to fit that entire bowl on 10 trays. So we are going to overload these to start, because as they dry, they're going to shrivel up. So we're basically going to, when you're dehydrating stuff, try not to do this. This is probably a little much. All right, so I'm just going to take these one by one and start firing them in the dehydrator. All right, we got them done. Now, the first tray that you saw, I really overloaded because I didn't think that I was going to be able to get that entire bowl on 10 trays. And I ended up actually getting it all. So what I started to do was the trays I overfilled, I took a big handful out and I dispersed through some of the trays that had less onions. So that's what the trays of onions look like right now, which isn't really too bad. It's not super overloaded. So let's throw these suckers in the dehydrator. What do you say? All right, let's load them up. I think this is the heaviest thing I've ever put in this dehydrator. So any of them that dry out and fall into the bottom, it's okay because it has a removable tray down here, right there. And that tray is washed and cleaned anyways. So any of them that fall down, that's okay. We'll collect them all when this is done. Drop a couple on the floor, that's okay. And last one. Get these onions off the door. Okay. Loaded. Look at that, I still have all this stuff to deal with. I got to dry these Mexican cave beans out. I have a whole thing of tomatoes up there. I bought a shelving unit, guys, so I could stack all my garden stuff on. All right, so we're doing vegetables. When you dehydrate vegetables, you do it at 135 degrees on the dial. And we're off and running. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but I'll check on them in a couple hours. I'll probably move them around with my hands a little bit. And when this is all done, we'll pick the video back up again. It's done. The onions are done. If you guys could smell what I have in this bowl right here, you'd be drooling. Drooling. You'd all be like wiping it off or rubbing it on your arm like that, like a 3-year-old. I'm not even kidding. It smells so good. All right, so we're going to do 2 things with these onions. One, we are going to add them into here. Okay? So on the bottom, like I said before, are green beans, Blue Lake green beans. On top of that are dehydrated red and green sweet peppers. And then we are going to put some of this, guys, I'm telling you right now, this smells so good. It doesn't smell like spicy onions. It's like musty and umami and sweet, and it smells so good. All right, so let's do some. So we're literally just gonna grab some handfuls from this bowl. We are gonna throw some onions in there and probably make a mess. Let's try not to make a mess. Oh, isn't that starting to look good? Look at that. Next, so just so you know, guys, I just got back from the garden. We just harvested somewhere around 960 carrots. I'll be dropping that video probably before you even see this. So one of the next things I'll be doing is, sorry about that, just getting over pneumonia. One of the next things I'll be doing is dehydrating some carrots. We're going to put about an inch of carrots in here, and then we're going to have a little bit left over at the top. And in the top, I'm probably going to put some tomatoes. I think it's going to be tomatoes. I'm not 100% certain yet, but it's probably going to be tomatoes. All right, so that's this part. Right, so the next thing we're doing is we are going to take all of these. Hang on, you guys haven't even seen these yet. Look at this. Guys, you could literally just put these right on top of a hamburger. Thor, quit. All right, no. All right, so now we are going to take those and we are going to put them in my blender. And we are going to turn these into homemade onion powder. And guys and gals, when you are blending stuff into powders, it really helps to have a silicone little spatula thing to scrape it all out. So I'm going to blend this, and I'm just going to turn the camera off because I'm just blending onions and it's going to be really loud, okay? So here we are. That whole blender blended down into that. And we're just going to, well, you guys can't see. Shrink that down. There we go. Just like that. We're going to put it right in a quart jar. And try not to make a massive mess everywhere, because I'm good at making messes. Oh, almost made a mess there. And when you're making powders, guys, you see the bottom? See how it gets all jammed up in there? You got to get your spatula in there. And you got to rub your spatula around in the bottom to loosen up all that powder, because it gets compacted as you're trying to blend your material. All right. So this is what we've got so far. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna finish the rest of the onions. Well, boys and girls, look at that. That's a quart jar, and we're almost 2/3 full. So, in traditional green thumb style, we're using painter's tape, Sharpie marker, little label, and now this is gonna go into the pantry. And that is a lot of onion powder. I mean, what's that? Gotta clean that off. Anyhow, so that is a lot of onion powder, guys. I don't even know what that weighs, but I don't even use that much onion powder in a whole year. So I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to incorporate some onion powder. Oh no, look at that. Oh, that's not good. I smushed a fruit fly in with the onion powder. It's harvest season, so we got fruit flies flying around. I guess I'll have to dig that out. But anyways, hope you guys like this series. It's another way that I've shown you how to process your garden produce and store it long term. So hope it helps. Give me a big thumbs up, guys. And have an awesome day. And remember, grow good food, because this is what we do with our food, right? Be ungovernable. Have a good one. Bye.